So there was a time where I just avoided social media for just a few days. I want to be honest with you, I still use YouTube and I use TikTok, but before anyone gets like, okay, TikTok, my TikTok has a very religious feed. So my feed is basically just lectures and productive stuff. But Instagram, I don't even use that. Unless I talk to people, but I just don't use it for what it's meant for anymore. So let me tell you something straight up, okay? You're not getting FOMO from social media. The real FOMO is when you avoid social media. Let me explain. When you're on social media, you feel like you want to be up to date with someone's life, you want to just get into all the gossip, celebrity gossip, all the magazine stuff, but then you realize something. You are the product. And you're not the one who's benefiting from it. I once heard somewhere that if a service is free, then you are the product. Honestly, social media has been the biggest crybaby, garbage, attention seeking thing ever. Because all I freaking see about social media is this person got a divorce, this person had a baby, this person got a mansion. It doesn't solve anything in my personal life. And let me be so real with you guys. These celebrities and stuff who people don't even know half the times, you're paying their bills, not even your own. And you're the one who's paying the long-term price for it. So let's talk about things in a way that doesn't patronize anyone. Look, we've all been through that route. We've all been through social media. And some of us are lucky to even not be near social media, which is actually very, very good. Because social media is not helping right now. So, look. When I stopped watching those reels, those brain rot reels on Instagram, my mind was free, genuinely. And I'm not talking about an overnight thing. I felt like I was being cleansed. Imagine you just open Instagram and you'd either get a spam of reels or you send people a spam of reels, so you have to see stuff eventually, right? And then you're just like, oh, okay. Oh, that's great. But that's the thing. People just don't talk about it. When I see those reels, I don't see anything helpful for my brain. I see the opposite. It's detrimental for my brain. I see people falling over. I see brain rot sounds. I see languages that I never want to hear. And the worst part is, people are generally getting dumber and dumber. Sorry, but not sorry. People are forgetting how to speak basic English and start to use words like like, for example, I hate this one. Why do people use this? Okay, I'm not going to criticize the whole brain rot community, but you guys get what I mean. There's no basic English, there's no principalities, there's nothing like that. People nowadays just adopt internet language and it's horrendous. So just from this short detox of social media, like I said, I still watch YouTube. YouTube is like bearable for me. I don't really watch shorts. There was a time briefly I did, but it was so short-lived, honestly. I just found it lame. But from Instagram, you find all kinds of random stuff. You really don't need to watch it. And then you realize hours of your time is gone. I could have made a video. I could have done something with my time. I could have generally done self-help care or something. Instead, I watched some random people waste their lives falling over, laughing, memeing about for, I don't know, 2-3 hours. Sounds like it's not that long, but if you think about it in your daily life, you know how much time that wastes? A significant amount of time. And the worst part is people even watch before bed, etc. Look, I completely get it. The virtual world is something that has become comforting, but it's also dangerous. And it's important to understand this because it's not helping you, nor is it protecting you. It's giving you a state of FOMO that's never going to be real. You know, when people use filters and try to look pretty just to show their natural beauty, your brain is going to think there's something wrong with you, that there's FOMO. Or maybe you see a product that everyone is raving about. Your brain is going to be like, I want this product. But if no one wanted it, your brain would never want it. You know what I'm saying? Social media is full of lies, and then you realize things were scams, and you realize things don't work near as well. And even if they do, oh, placebo effect. My brain thought it would work, but it didn't. There's just so much out there that I wish people understood. It's just a waste of time. I don't have to know what's going on in someone's life. Someone I don't know, someone who will never know who I am, someone who just benefits from things already. What the heck am I supposed to do? There's no need. If you're someone who appreciates someone, that's different, but generally, I've said this before, don't pedestalize human beings. Don't. I even have a video on this, and I just basically go on a rampage about why I just don't like people raving about celebrities. Like, get a life, seriously. And there's a difference between being someone's fan and worshipping them. So in this case, it's the worship part, because it's absurd. We're all human beings. What is actually wrong with you to think this person is superior than you just because they have more talents, just because they could? So what? We're all mortals, believe it or not. The main intention for this video isn't to yell and blah blah blah. People just don't want to understand that you're not missing anything from social media. There's always gonna be something going on. You know, when you tell yourself, okay, I'm not gonna go on it anymore, there's blah blah blah, oh, what if I miss this? Trust me, you're never gonna quote unquote miss anything. Listen to me. There's something new every single freaking day. Stop making excuses and get off the freaking web, or get off the platform. Now, I want to talk about TikTok because it's actually kind of interesting for me. TikTok is my healthiest platform. Yes, you heard that right. That's because TikTok's algorithm is very fixed. So my algorithm is mostly Islamic lectures, reels, and it actually helps me. It's very productive, and it tells me about helping people in Palestine. It actually has all the good stuff. Instagram, though I did cater my algorithm, it still doesn't fix it 100%. TikTok's algorithm is so much better when you filter it out. So that's why I mentioned I have that. And honestly, I don't have to see something cringy. I don't have to see a girl dancing. I don't have to see a pretty woman just being pretty and just getting followers for it. I don't have to see any of that BS. I see productive things that my brain actually uses to improve my life and for me to have a better mental health. That's what I like to dedicate my time on. I'm not someone who focuses on, oh, what's the celebrity? I don't care. Because there's always going to be a celebrity. There's always going to be someone who's going to be relevant. But what's that helping me with? If I see someone else who's successful, sure, it can inspire me. But if I keep consuming, I'm going to feel like I'm losing something. Why am I not as pretty as this person? Why am I not as successful? At this age, why am I not achieving? Do you see? It creates competition, subconscious competition. And people don't understand it. People are always waiting for the right time. There is no right time. Social media is always going to have something that's going to get your attention. And that's where you have to not fall for that trap. When you realize you can avoid social media, you are actually going to be the biggest flex. Genuinely. Like, I've had people tell me, oh, they don't even go on social media. And I'm just thinking to myself, I kind of wish I was like that. I wish I didn't have social media. And I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about other stuff. The difference between having fun and downright making it your lifestyle. And that's not fun. That's pathetic, because you should be doing something during your time. Let me tell you, I had the same issue. That's why I'm mentioning this. There was a time I struggled and I kept doom scrolling and doom scrolling. I didn't do anything with my life. Just in bed doing this, and then I felt guilty. Think about it. I thought I was having fun. Why am I feeling guilty? because I should have done something. I wasted months of my time just by watching these dumb reels. So this is why I'm telling people, please be sensible and take a detox if you need to. You don't need to follow up with every single celebrity headline. There's always something going on. Also, another thing I want to say, and if I keep doing this angle, I'm zooming in because I'm talking about something serious, not to annoy anyone. New viewers, by the way, they should be aware. It's all a highlight. Everything's manipulated just so you can pay money to people. That's what it is. And people fall for it every single time. I'm surprised people don't get it. They know it and then they still fund it. Look, people will manipulate so many things. With celebrities, it's more common. They want to say something so spicy. Like, if you see headlines, they're always something that's going to bring your attention. But it's not even half as bad as it sounds. When you actually hear the situation, you're like, that's it? You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do with that celebrity? What are you going to do with their lifestyle? What are you going to do with the news that you just heard? Literally nothing. Maybe a bit of compassion, cool. Some people make it their freaking life. Now, I'm not saying you can't be anyone's fan, but don't freaking worship people. They're just human beings like you. And that's the thing. That's the main reason I wanted to avoid social media. Like I said, I have friends on platforms, especially Instagram, so it's not easy to just cut down the whole platform for me because that's the only place I can contact them. And it's convenient that way. But there are more things to be aware of, guys. Okay. You're never gonna miss anything. But you know what you're gonna miss the most? Life. If you keep being on this virtual platform for the rest of your life, you're missing your real life. And guess what? Life's shorter than you think. Then before you know it, your time's up. What did you do? What do you spend time doing? Chasing after some celebrity's headline. What about your life? And yes, some people are genuinely glued to their phones, glued to whatever device. I had a moment like that and it sucked. So I just want to say this to anyone who's watching this. Take a detox. Take a detox. It's actually so nice. And I know some people might be thinking I might sound hypocritical if I've got TikTok and if I've got Instagram still, but listen to me. TikTok, I only have productive things. So I'm watching something that benefits my mind, my subconscious. I'm not watching cringy reels. I'm not watching dumb sounds. I'm not seeing people falling over. I'm not seeing people pranking. I'm done with that. And same with Instagram. Even though I used to do all of that stuff, I just contact friends. That's it. I don't send reels anymore as much. And if I see them, I just go like not interested. I try to cater as much as I can. And that's why a lot of the times if people see my story on Instagram, it's mostly about fundraising and supporting people in need. Because I'm strict with that stuff. Like seriously. I'm just sick and tired of people acting like it's not a big deal. You waste like half your freaking life on this. And the internet is just growing and growing and growing. Everything's becoming virtual. You see AI. AI is another reason why people are so fixated. Because you don't need a real life opinion anymore. You can just go to your AI app and just say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And guess what? That's more technology. That's more virtual worlds. The world is becoming virtual. We're losing connections. Do you not see the problem here? We are losing real life connections. People are temporary. People will leave this world one day. Real life people. And you guys are just going after robots that don't have emotions and are just programmed to say something that you like. Yeah, I said it. AI lies to you. It doesn't tell you what you actually need to hear. It just tells you something based on their regulation system. Value your connections. Try to tell yourself to disconnect as best as you can. Because that's the problem nowadays. Everyone is online. You all are going to regret it one day. I get it. Being alone, isolating, I get it. I know why people do this. I completely get that. But it won't help you with anything. Life is short and people might laugh. People might say, yeah, whatever. You don't know how long you have. You don't know when someone is going to leave this world, but it's guaranteed. And this stupid fictional world, this fictional person or this real life person that you see, you're always going to hear news about this person. You're always going to be hearing news about celebrities. It doesn't end. There's always going to be new so-called FOMO, but the real FOMO is missing out on the real life. And people just don't get it. So take that social media detox. It helps. Or cater your algorithm like I did. Really make it strict. If you see something that's even remotely close to brain rot or something that's just unproductive, just press not interested. It might feel like, oh, it sucks, but when you get used to it, your subconscious is going to adapt. It's so much easier than you think when you actually start. So watch productive things, do productive things. Stop wasting your time on just watching these memes and stuff or people who are achieving. So what are you achieving? And then you're going to feel like you're not doing anything tough. You need to start doing stuff. And this is like a message to my younger self as well. The version of me that kept watching and watching and watching. And now, after finally being strict, my algorithm helps me. It's not something I doom scroll for hours, but at least if I do have to so-called doom scroll, it's something productive for my brain. You know what I'm saying? Everything's relative. I still have fun. I still do watch funny videos from time to time. Not quite reels, more videos. Because reels, guys, is actually a hidden trap. The problem with reels is that they come one after the other, after the other, after the other. If you click on a separate video, then your brain does not think about the automatic replay. But with reels, your brain is used to scrolling. So you watch one, then another, and another, and another, and another, and that's it. You waste your life. But with videos, you're more conscious. Because you're like, oh wait, the video's over. It doesn't auto-play to the next, unless you have that feature on. Or you have a playlist or something, but generally, just stop wasting your life. Start doing stuff. Start making things matter. You guys can laugh. You guys might think, but then you're going to make excuses. And then you're going to realize, oh wait, I should have done this all along. Yep, exactly. So yeah. Once again, I'm not someone who's trying to stop anyone from having fun. Have fun all you like, but I genuinely felt life was better when I had less social media. Genuinely. If I didn't have people I spoke to on Instagram, I wouldn't even need it. I used to think it was something I needed because I have a brand and etc. But no, I don't even need it. I just speak to people on there. That's literally all I do. So yeah, guys. If this video resonates with you, then I really hope that you can share your opinions with me. How do you guys handle social media? And I know some people don't even use social media, which is interesting. But still, how do you guys handle it? What would you suggest to people who are addicted and struggling? And I do want to say this as well. If you want to support me further, I would greatly appreciate if you support my coffee page as well. But thank you so much for watching. Please be responsible and safe out there. Social media was once a place of safety, but now it's danger. So embrace the world around you. Even if it's hard, try to be present in the moment. Appreciate what you have, guys. Honestly, nothing virtual can ever replace what's real. Just remember that.